Blessed love. I think that may be it. Let me know if it's coming through now. Let me know if we coming through. Let's see. Any sound now? Bless. Give thanks, give thanks. So let me see if y'all can hear me. You can hear me? Okay. Give thanks. Trying out this, not really trying, this is my second time doing the live stream. And I'm trying to get to Facebook and YouTube at the same time with this stream. So 1 second, let me see if I'm gonna go over, bring it to Facebook and see if it works. 1 second. But welcome everybody, give thanks. A pleasure to have y'all here. Pleasure to connect as always. I am in the kitchen, don't worry, it wasn't just a clickbait. I'm just in the other side of the kitchen. We'll get that going after we get this started. But, give thanks. Live. We really gotta level up. Level up in our connection to technology, really. And there's no reason why the transmission of this kind of information, of information that's uplifting, there's no reason why it should be like any poor quality than anything else that's out there, So, yeah, let me know how it's sounding. It says low volume. Okay, good. Bless. So it's looking like Facebook ain't gonna work right now. Let me see. Boom, boom. Yeah, Facebook ain't going live. I'm good with YouTube right now. I'm good with y'all. So yes, how y'all doing? Write in the comments what's going on. Tell me how y'all feeling. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Akeem Pierre. If you're new, welcome to the vibes. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit this week and give y'all that live and direct, because I feel like it's so easy to just, not easy, it's not easy, but it's comfortable to just get behind the camera and edit it and do it in a way where you can cut out any mistakes that happen. If I say something wrong, I can cut that out, and I can't really connect with y'all directly. So as I'm here, I get to see what y'all saying in the comments. So if y'all have any questions, make sure you ask. Like, this is the time to ask any questions you may have. And we're gonna be cooking up something light, cooking up something quick, something super easy. And I really wanted to highlight this and do this one live just to show how easy it really is. Because a lot of us say, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time to cook. I don't have time to make this nourishment for myself, which in its own sense is kind of wild, because we really have our one main job is to take care of our vessel, of our physical structure. And if we don't have time for that, then like, what do we have time for? You know what I mean? But I ain't trying to say that I got it all figured out. So I'm gonna offer y'all solutions. We don't always gotta focus on the problem, but we can focus on the solution. So one of those solutions is, finding food that just cooks easier. But when it's easy, you don't have to sacrifice the taste, and you don't have to sacrifice the nourishment, like the health factor of it. So you're getting all that nourishment that you want, that your body requires and needs for it to be thriving at a high level. Plus it's gonna taste good. Plus it's gonna be a good experience while you're feasting. So yeah, that's the vibe. We're just gonna be vibing here. Y'all got any questions? Alexandria in the kitchen too. What you chefing up? Let me see in the comments though, like how y'all doing? What's going on with y'all? How's the week been? What are y'all? You know what? The question I'm gonna ask for you all, and I'm just gonna hold it here, is what is exciting you right now? What is it that's exciting you right now? I'm gonna hold off. I wanna hear some of the answers, some of the answers that come up, because something about that excitement, that's powerful, y'all. We gotta follow that excitement. it's a beautiful path to follow down. So giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks. Boom. Let me see what y'all saying though. Bless, can't go wrong with the CMOS smoothie. What up, D in the building? What's going on? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Almost alkaline. Almost alkaline. We all most alkaline, you know? I like that play on words. But something that is exciting for me, I'll share with y'all right now, and this is in the stream like the previous one that said big things happening, is because I'm going to Egypt in about 1 week. Actually, in less than a week, I'll be heading to Egypt. Ja Rastafaro. The Rasta Pharaoh. It's because the Pharaoh is my Egyptian side. So I'm half St. Lucian and I'm half Egyptian. So when I say Rasta Pharaoh, it's like St. Lucian Egyptian. So I've been to St. Lucia plenty times. As y'all know, I've been back and forth probably about like 4 or 5 times in the last 2 years. And that's my home. You know, I feel real comfortable there. Got a bunch of family over there. But I haven't been back. I haven't returned to Egypt. I've never been to Egypt in the first place. So this is going to be my first time in Egypt. Have any of y'all been to Egypt, been to Kemet? Give thanks. Much love. But have any of y'all been there? It's going to be so exciting. And I've just been watching a lot of, this is funny, but I've been watching a lot of like walking tour videos. And I've been finding that these walking tour videos are like a great manifestation tool, where you go on YouTube and you search like walking in Egypt, and they'll actually take you on a walk, and you'll be actually walking through Egypt, like either in the streets or by the pyramids, by the Sphinx. And I've been watching these walking tours, and I've just been, you know, I'm gonna be there, and I'm just envisioning myself there and seeing myself beside the pyramid, seeing myself holding that camera, seeing myself in that energy, just like vibing and meditating beside the pyramids. And it's just exciting. So I'm actually going to be there in 1 week, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of content from there. I'm going to be doing a lot of live streams, so probably won't be like posting in advance like, oh, I'm live streaming at 3 p.m. or whatever like that. But I will be just popping up on the live stream, be like, what's up, y'all? We at the pyramids. Look at this energy. Like, y'all gonna get that full experience. It's gonna be blessed. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be viewing right beside the pyramids. I'm gonna be by the pyramids, going to tour to the pyramids. Much love, Lawrence King. The support, giving thanks. Much love. I didn't even know y'all could drop money into this thing. That's blessed though. But yeah, so it's about to be popping off in Egypt. I'm gonna be sharing a lot of content with y'all. About to share with y'all the experience, and just like with all that I do is just to show y'all that it's possible, and to like kind of plant those seeds into your mind of like, yo, I can travel, like I can go see the world. It's possible. And not only is it possible, but it's something that's necessary for us. Because when you're stuck and like you stay in one area, you stay in one space for so long, like some people never leave their city or never leave their state. And what happens when you stay in that environment, then that's all you can think about is the thoughts that perpetuate in your community. That's all you see is possible is like eating food that's in your community, or having jobs and work that's only seen in your community. But what happens is when you travel, you start to experience, you start to look over there, you see like a jackfruit. Like this is what happened to me. The first time I went to Zanzibar, I was just walking and I look and I see this tree and I see this big fruit like this. And it was a jackfruit. And I'm just like, yo, so you're telling me that in some places of the world, people are just living right beside a jackfruit tree. And that's just normal for that. So when I see that, I'm like, yo, I'm inspired. I gotta be living in a place where I could live by jackfruit eventually, you know? So that's a goal for mine. And yeah, I'm excited. And I am 29 years old, going on 30, and give thanks, Natasha, skillful guidance. You know, gonna need that skillful guidance. Give thanks, Vernice. Vernice, I just gotta say, I did see your video today. I didn't respond to it yet, but wow, your daughter is so cute. I didn't respond to your video yet because I was watching it so much. Like, it's so amazing. Oh wow, that was one of the most beautiful, uplifting videos I've seen in a while. So give thanks. Yo, you know I'm here, man. I'm here if you want that workout plan. We out here. The CMOS is called the what would my workout plan be called? I don't even know. But yeah, so I'm about to be in Egypt. And the reason why I'm going, other than just to go to Egypt and vibe out in Egypt, is because I'm going for a Kemetic yoga teacher training. So I don't know if any of y'all have heard of Kemetic yoga. Has anyone heard of Kemetic yoga? But what it is, it's yoga that is with the Kemetic roots, so the roots from Egypt. So if you look in the hieroglyphs and the different art that is in ancient Egypt and Kemet, you'll see they're in like different weird poses. Like you'll see them in the wheel pose. The wheel pose is when you're like backward bend, your hands on the ground and your feet on the ground. They're in wheel pose, they're like stretching forward to their toes. So there's a lot of evidence that back in the day in ancient Egypt, they were practicing a form of yoga. And at the end of the day, yoga just means a union of the higher and lower self, right? So it's just the practice of harmonizing you with your higher and lower self. And I first really got excited about this about 3 years ago when I went to Janine Yoga, Reggae and Dub. It was a yoga class by Janine, who's an amazing reggae artist. And I didn't know it was going to be Kemetic yoga. It ended up being Kemetic yoga. And I loved it because throughout the practice, we're learning about the deities in Egypt, the archetypes. We're learning about Ma'at in Egypt, and we're doing the Ma'at pose. You know, we're doing these different poses, which is the embodiment of the archetypes. And I found it was like an amazing way to learn of the history and of like my history and my ancestry. So, much love. Give thanks. You're so beautiful. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that Kemetic yoga, and I'm excited to share a little bit more about the Kemetic yoga and what we have going on there. So definitely do give thanks. And yeah, man, if y'all got any questions, put in the questions. I got a few questions that were asked. I posted this up on my live on my Instagram and on my Facebook. So I had a couple questions that I will be answering. But if y'all got any, let's make it happen. And boom. So what are we going to be feasting on today? I guess is the real question. What's the feast? Like, what are we going to be feasting on? This is my go-to feast right now. One of the questions that was asked are like, what are my favorite feasts to eat? What are my favorite meals to eat? And one of these is my favorite, and it's fonio. So, boom, boom, boom. Here's the fonio. And so what fonio is, it's an ancient grain coming out of West Africa, Mali, Burkina Faso, Senegal region. And it's an ancient grain, and it is highly nutrient dense, and it's the ancient grain. It's a superfood, and it doesn't require a lot of water to grow, so highly sustainable, but it's like high in iron, a lot of good stuff for us. And it's like a replacement for something like an oatmeal, or a replacement for these different things that you would make porridge for. And a lot of people, it's like there's either people who want to lose weight or people who want to gain weight. It's kind of like the balance, right? When you're wanting to go plant-based. A lot of people are losing weight when they don't want to lose weight. And they ask me like, how can I gain weight, or how can I keep my weight? Because like as me, you know, I lost a little bit of weight, but I'm like pretty steady. Like for the past almost like a year and a half, 2 years, I've been at a real steady weight, and I haven't really been working out much, and I haven't been eating too much. Like I've been, you know, having pretty light feasts, And then when I do eat a lot, but I haven't been eating as much as I used to. And back then I would lose even more weight or even lose my muscle mass. But I'm able to maintain my muscle mass these days. And I attribute it to the minerals and the vitamins and the nutrients that are in my food. So when there's something like a fonio, you're getting a lot of nutrients in the fonio. Again, it's like highly dense of minerals and nutrients. So something that is plaguing our society today is that we're overfed, but we're undernourished. So just think about that for a second. We're eating too much, but we're not getting enough. You know what I mean? Like, we're eating too much, but we're not getting enough, which is so backwards. And I feel that is something that we have to address ASAP Rocky. So that's when there's the sea moss, which is highly nutrient dense. Back there I got hemp seeds, I got the coconut milk, the fonio, and you put these different things together and all of a sudden you're going to eat less, but you're going to get more. So it works whether you are trying to gain weight or whether you're trying to lose weight. Because if you're trying to lose weight, you can have your sea moss, right? And you can have your hemp seeds and you're going to feel sustained for longer, but it's not like you're starving yourself. Because there's a lot of diets, that they make you starve yourself or they restrict how much you can eat and you don't feel good. But when you're eating mineral dense, nutrient dense foods, you eat less of it, but you feel good. That's why people be like, oh, I felt so amazing off of the sea moss. Like, I can't believe how good I felt. It's just because we're not used to getting minerals in our physical. We're not used to that buildup and that vibrance that comes with it. So, once we do get it, we're surprised. So give thanks. I eat fonio almost every day, straight from Mali. Yeah, this is the same one. I get my fonio from Farafenna, and I'm going to start selling fonio. So if y'all want to buy fonio, you can start to buy it from me starting in December. So once I get back, we're gonna get the packaging. We're gonna get everything set up for the fonio, and that's what we're gonna be checking into and using some of the fonio. So if y'all want that fonio, y'all gonna be able to buy it from me next month. And yeah, I'm excited. If you have ordered in the last couple of days, you will be getting fonio for free with your order. We're gonna be giving away these sample packs just so y'all can try it out. If you haven't tried fonio yet, just so y'all can try it out, because I wanna bless y'all so y'all can see the benefits of it before having to buy it yourself, because this is something new, something different. So I want y'all to, full enjoy it. And that's something that's highly spoken of highly by Dr. Sebi, and in that alkaline diet, alkaline foods. And that's how I discovered it. It was just going through the list. So that's one of my favorite things about that list, is it just inspired me. So definitely giving thanks. Do you still eat the kelp noodles? I do, but not as much. Not as much, but I still do eat them and I do love them. And I'm going to be sharing some recipes with y'all soon. So let's just turn the camera around and then let's get to feasting. Let's get it going. Blessed. Where we at with it? Boom. So y'all should be able to see me now in the kitchen. Let's just make sure the frame is looking good. Boom. Boom. So y'all gotta let me know. Boom. Yeah, we blessed. Yeah, I'm gonna do a recipe for the kelp noodles, definitely. I do have a recipe. It's actually a pizza recipe. So if you check my backpack, like one of my first recipes, I did a pizza, and that one has the kelp noodles in it. But I'll definitely do a little bit more. So welcome to the kitchen. We here, almost alkaline kitchen, high vibing. This is a laboratory. This is where we get that vital nutrients, that vibrance in our day. I don't really want to be showing too many other brands off, but you know, we got the hemp seeds, we got the coconut shavings, and this is how we're gonna make the coconut milk. So easy. I've already done a few videos on this. So that's gonna be the main aspect of what we're feasting on. And then boom, got these burro bananas, and nice and soft. Maybe too ripe, I don't know. I personally really love them extremely ripe, so I'm enjoying it. It's about to go down. It's about to go up. We going up in the Almost Alkaline kitchen. Boom, so it's looking proper. So, one second. The thing about my camera is I can't see what y'all see. I don't have like one of those screens on it. So I'm gonna show y'all how I do it, because if maybe there's some of y'all who want to create content yourself, I'll just give y'all like a behind the scenes of how I create the content and how I do my thing. Because I figured out ways. I started off with just a little phone, and now I'm here doing it with the proper camera. And you just have to be creative. So boom, I can see the screen. This is how I see what y'all are seeing. I'm giving up all my secrets for y'all. So I'm gonna just put that there to make sure that we good. So boom, here's the fonio. As y'all can see, it's like a really small grain, like one of the smallest, it's not even a grain, but a pseudo grain on the planet. And these things just pack nutrients, pack minerals, highly dense in nutrients. But let's come over here a little bit closer. Boom. 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 Let's pour this out. I just want to know how quick it takes to cook fonio. So I'm going to turn on the heat here. And then this is about a cup of fonio right here. So we just put the half a cup in. Give thanks. And then we fill it with water. So the thing that I love so much about fonio is like you don't even really need to care or think so much about how much water you put in, because it's so hard to not cook properly. They say fonio never embarrasses the cook, right? So let's just put a little bit of water, fill this up. Boom. And then this is my little herb drawer where the secret herbs go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some bay leaf in the tea. So say you wanna put cinnamon, you could put a little bit of cloves in there. So we're gonna put some bay leaf in there. So we got some bay leaf, and then, oh no. See, I'm not the most organized, y'all. Definitely not the most organized, but we get it done. As it heats up. So I want to make these available to y'all eventually as well. This is sweet bay leaf. So it's not like the bay leaf that you find in stores. This is sweet bay leaf. Boom. Blessed. These are all the herbs, y'all. So while we're here, this is cinnamon leaf. So a lot of people say that cinnamon has it's like kind of toxic, and there is certain things in cinnamon that aren't ideal for your physical, but if you have cinnamon leaf, it's completely different. So this is something that I use. I don't use the cinnamon bark. I use the cinnamon leaf. Whenever I do want to, I still don't use cinnamon too much. Boom, boom, boom. This is it, y'all. So we got it here. Let's see what y'all saying in the chat. Boom. Cam said I'm looking skinny. I'm looking slim. I was just saying the fonio's helping me gain weight. I'm a fonio. Bless. So we'll just get the bananas ready. Boom. And here, let me just show y'all. as the fonio prepares. So it just started to boil. Boom. So boom, just starting to boil. So y'all see that? And y'all go see how quick it takes to cook it. And sometimes I'll even just put the bananas in the blender, or sorry, in there as well, and just cook the bananas at the same time. Boom. So here's the blender. Ooh-wee. Bless. So this is almost done. It's crazy. So I'll let y'all see a little bit closer. Like it's almost done. It's basically done. So y'all got to see how quick that happens. That's just amazing to me. It always amazes me. So with the coconut milk that we're gonna make, I don't really measure it, but you could look on the side, and I go up, say we go up to 500 mLs, then we're just gonna add 3 times the amount of water that we would, 3 times the amount of water than there is coconut shavings. So boom, we're gonna go, let's go up to 1,000. Boom. Just like that. 1 second. It's gonna be loud. There we go. That coconut milk is good. The fonio is done. Like just like that is done, so we could turn that off. And then for this, we're going to strain. Ooh, oh yeah, there we go. So what we're gonna do here, so this is our fresh coconut milk. Give thanks. It's cheaper, plus it tastes better, plus it's so much better for you. Like you can't really go wrong. Let me just find my nut milk bag real quick. Un segundito. Uh-oh. Can't find my bag. So like it's so easy. Even if I usually have like that bag that I squeeze, but even if you don't have the bag, you can just use this. Un segundito. Let me get y'all so y'all can see a little bit better. So boom, we're just gonna pour it through the strainer. And that's our fresh coconut milk. All right, so it kind of gets caught up. You just kind of gotta move it around. So much easier with a nut milk bag, but there's no excuses. I'm big on no excuses. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do the things that we want to do. You know, we give ourselves a lot of reasons, but get rid of those. Just do it. Find a way to make it happen and do it, y'all. I'm telling y'all, getting started is just the most important thing. So just key is get started. So put that to the side. Then we'll put a little bit more. So much better with the nut milk bag because you can really squeeze it. I don't know why I'm trying to be proper for y'all. This is how it's really done. You just squeeze it through. When I cook, I like to, y'all see, I like to use my hands a lot. I like to get in touch, get acquainted with the food. You know, this is my food. If I'm feasting, if I'm cooking for others, you know, I'll definitely do it a little bit different. But if it's just me, I'm telling y'all, I'm connecting with the food. So what you can do with the coconut milk is just make it in advance. Like, I'd say every 2 days, you make your coconut milk. And let me see. So this is $4. That bag of coconut milk is $4. And this is about a liter of coconut milk here. And this is like a quarter of the bag. So as y'all can see, it's cheap. Y'all get some coconut milk for cheap. And then we could reuse that, you could reuse the coconut shavings for, say, like those energy balls that I made on my channel previously. You could reuse it for that. And then we made ice cream with it once. I put it in our little ice cream. And just many different uses. Let me try. Let me put 2 of these in there. It's hard to find good burro bananas, but one way to tell is like squeeze it. If it's soft and yellow, then it's most likely gonna be good. Sometimes it's yellow and it looks right, but it's not soft. And that's when you're kind of like, you get left with some like bitter banana. So no one really wants that. So give thanks. Boom. So there we go. We're gonna put 2 bananas in there. Then let's put in our fonio mixture. And this right here is enough for probably like 4 different times of feasting. So I'm not gonna put it all. Let me use my scoops. And I just put the bay leaves in there. It blends right as we do it. And I love blending it. Y'all know I'm a smoothie guy. So this is basically just a smoothie that's warm. And it's perfect because we're heading into a colder season. So why not get the warm smoothie? Just put in that fresh coconut milk. Love, 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 love. Give thanks. And that's really it. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna add some hemp seeds inside of the rich age of the porridge, the fonio smoothie. So when we think about it, 3 tablespoons of hemp has so many calories. So just be mindful of what you're trying to do with it. It has a lot. That's why I use it a lot, because I want those calories. Cam was saying I'm looking skinny. No, I'm looking skinny. It's all good. But the hemp seeds are full of nutrients, full of good fats, good for your heart. Ooh, so much. Good for your skin. There's so much beneficial properties for the hemp seeds. Can't lie, y'all. I'm gonna add some dates. I'm gonna add some dates as well. Let's get some dates in here. I got a sweet tooth. I can't lie, y'all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bless. I learned that from Priest Kailash. He has an intention with his food and the amount of numbers of things he puts in there. It's inspirational, where even your food, the numbers of dates you put in is on 7, 11, and just in that vibration, that frequency. So give thanks for the elder, honorable Priest Kailash. Why didn't y'all tell me? You know, I almost always do this. Even if you remember in one of my first vlogs, I forgot the sea moss. Boom, boom, boom. So this is my sea moss gel. I use this one. But I also have this gel. So soon I'm gonna be having the purple sea moss on my store as well. But I still use the golden sea moss. But I'm gonna be using the purple sea moss for this recipe just because I have more of it left. And these are the jars that I use, and I probably go through these big jars in about 2 weeks. So let me just, and when y'all ask how much do I use, I just like, yo, that looks good. So like, meh, that's a decent amount. Let's even put a little bit more in there. Boom. Give thanks. Put that on top. Let's blend this up. I'm gonna have a look at the questions and I'll answer some questions when I get back. Boom. So we got that, and then this is just like the basic of the most basic recipe. So let me try it. Mmm. Delicious. Let me see. I saw some things, some comments saying add the cacao. Where's my cacao at? So it's just like that's the base, and y'all can really have fun with it. Ooh. This is so full. Y'all can really have fun with it. I just got this cacao powder. Let's put a little bit of that in there. Full of that good bliss molecules, anandamide, full of magnesium, full of iron. Put a little bit of cacao in there. And yeah, here's my herbal drawer. So like when I have it all access to me, just like this, then I'm like, here's some nettle. Let me put some nettle in there. This is kind of, y'all can see the vibe of like how things can be created. Where you're just like, looking through, what's the vibe right now? You know what? Let me add some bladderwhack. I don't measure too much. Boom. Just a little bit of bladderwhack, it's potent. Boom, and we are good. Give thanks. It got a little color, got a little more nutrients in there. I love it. Now y'all can see I'm a mess in the kitchen. I won't even show y'all the counters, but it's something I'm working on getting a little bit better at. Cause I be just so excited. I just be making the food, going to eat it, but I'll do the cleanup after. Boom. Give thanks, love, 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 love. So as y'all can see, there's a lot in here. So what I'll do is I'll put that in a jar. Like I eat it every day, so this is yesterday. Like every day I eat this basically, and I just add different things to it to, you know, whatever I'm really feeling. But let's go take a seat. Let's vibe again. Let's get back to the vibes. Like I'm a cacao bean, anandamide is flowing through my system. Boom. That's it. So we here. Slim fit. That's funny. That's like Fabulous. You know Fabulous? He says the slim thick. You be looking slim thick. Give thanks. So, boom. What we can do here, a little bit of pumpkin seeds on there. Some more hemp seeds. Gotta put that weight on, boy. Bless. So I usually just drink it. It's more like a smoothie to me. Let me just mix it up a little bit. You get some little pieces that you can chew. If you want, like you can add cacao nibs, but there's that little texture. It's helpful. Because what happens is when you chew, you're letting your digestive system know to expect food. So it starts to release the enzymes to break down and digest food. So even if you do drink your smoothie, still chew to signal your body that food's coming, then it's gonna be able to break it down and digest it similarly. But let's answer some of these questions. So the cacao, or sorry, the purple versus golden sea moss. So they're the same sea moss. They're the same. So yeah, it's really the exact same sea moss. The only difference is the purple dries in a slower process and it's like not so much in the sun. So when you put the sea moss in the sun, it loses its colors. It's called bleaching. Just like when people's hair gets lighter, in the sun, it's the same thing that happens with the sea moss. So the purple and the gold sea moss are the exact same. The only difference is the purple one is dried a little bit slower. So yeah, and in terms of the taste of it, the purple sea moss has a little bit more of like that ocean taste, but not much more. It's not that much different. But if you're really, like say for children, you may want to use the regular sea moss because it has that much less of a flavor. But you know, for the most part, it's actually pretty good, not too much. And yeah, someone was asking about the Kemetic Yoga Retreat. Ava Jungle was asking about the Kemetic Yoga Retreat. So this one is by Yoga Skills, and his name is Yursur Rahotep or something like that. Let me just pull up so I get his name proper, because this brother is doing some amazing things. Yeah, so Yursur Rahotep is who I'm going on this retreat with, and it is a 20-hour Kemetic yoga teacher training. So at the end of this, I'm going to be a certified yoga teacher, and yeah, I'm definitely going to share more about it. I put the link in the description for the retreat that I'll be going on, but when I go on this journey, I will share a little bit more with y'all, and I'll even put up a couple of the sequences so y'all can follow along for the yoga sequences, because I feel, just personally, it really benefited me. So if I benefited, I'm sure there's others out there who can benefit from it. So I'm going to share that. And yeah, we'll definitely go much more through that process as we do it together. Give thanks, David John. Much love. Giving thanks, giving thanks. Give thanks for everyone who's in here. We just made a Fonio Rich Age, which is basically just a warm smoothie. And it's a great thing to keep that smoothie vibe, like a nutrition delivery system, which is a smoothie, to keep on with that, but make it warm. Right now it's like rainy, it's kind of cold out here in Vancouver. So something like this, it's just perfect. I'm gonna answer some of these questions now. Give thanks. Let me see. Just gonna find these questions. I won't be on the stream for too much longer. Give thanks for everyone who tuned in. Let me know if y'all got any questions about anything. Y'all over here quiet. Boom. Beautiful. So question, what are your all-time favorite meals? And my last recipe was actually my last recipe that I posted. Actually, the last couple recipes were like my all-time favorites. One was the bamia, which is the okra and tomato stew. The other one was just like my sabji, or that stew with the dumplings inside. Ooh! Served on top of fonio. Give thanks, that was something special. I love that one. And then besides that, I love smoothies. I love this exact dish right here is one of my favorite things. I can eat this every day. I basically do eat it every day. I'm a simple guy. Like, I don't really eat too many different things. I like to experiment and have fun, but my day-to-day is like quite simple, straightforward. A salad with a stew, and most likely a little bit of fonio, a little bit of black rice, even some spelt flour rotis or wraps, something like that. So I keep it pretty consistent. And then, what should I mix with sea moss to help me with RA? I'm pretty sure that's the rheumatoid arthritis. And then for that, the sea moss in its own is going to be really beneficial for you with that. And then you could also add things like turmeric. You can add some turmeric, and I actually ferment turmeric and ginger, and I utilize it then because it makes the turmeric a little bit more available. So you can add some turmeric. Then, what are your thoughts on B12 supplementation? I feel like if you feel that you want to try it out, it's something that you require, then go for it. But what I would just recommend is you get a B12 supplement that is the liquid form that can be digested through just in the bottom of your tongue. So you'll see some of these B12 supplements, or even just supplements in general, where you just drop it and it goes to the bottom of your tongue. And it actually absorbs while it's still in your mouth. So I would recommend doing that. I would recommend just, if you are going to use B12 supplement, to utilize the one that digests under your tongue. But me personally, I don't. I have in the past. I didn't really notice much of a difference. What I would like to use instead is things like Dulse. Dulse is one. Even chlorella is another one. And also fermented foods. I always ferment. I always have some fermentations on the go. And B12 is really just a byproduct of fermentation. So technically, our body, our physical structure, can produce its own B12, right? So when you look at cows, like cows have B12, the grass-fed cows have B12 in the meat, and that's because when they eat the grass ferments as it goes through their digestive system, and then as it ferments, it creates B12, and from that B12, we get it into the meat of the cow. So same for us. When we eat a lot of raw foods and we're in our digestive system is in harmony, which may be an issue, right? But we can produce that through fermentation. But if not, you can just make your own ferments. I have a lot of fermentations videos. I have two of them online. One is one is pineapple, one is the sauerkraut. So I recommend making some fermentations if you want also. Let me see, I'll answer some questions from here. What made me go vegan? I'm not really vegan. I'm plant-based. I'm Aita. I'm just eating in a way that I feel is most in harmony with my views and my philosophy on life. So what made me go plant-based is I was starting to think about one, when you kill the animals, you're traumatizing the animals, and that's gonna go into the meat. The same way when we go through stress, that releases into our physical. When you're stressed, you notice you're tense, and someone has to tell you relax. So when we eat, we're gonna get that part of the animal, that stress, into the meats, and that stress is therefore going to be put onto us in the actual physical sense of the cortisol and the stress hormones, but also just that energy that comes with the meat. And I was like, I don't want that. And then it was also, I didn't have enough money at the time to buy the grass-fed, non-hormone meat anymore. So I was like, it was just by default, I kind of had to go eat more plants, right? And then what happened is I asked myself the question, like, could I kill an animal if it were to come down to it? Like, if I were to have to kill an animal to eat, would I want to do that? I'm like, no, it's not me. I don't feel aligned. I don't feel right doing that. So then I'm like, if I can't do it myself, why would I get someone else to do it for me so I can benefit from it? So from there, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to eat it anymore. And then just learning, a lot of reading, a lot of educating myself, and learning from Priest Kailash, learning from Dr. Sebi, learning from David Wolf, going to these different parts of the world like Colombia, and seeing all the different fruits and vegetables and being like, there's a lot for me to eat if I were to decide to go plant-based. So that was some of the reasons, and just like in line with my higher vibration, in line with my frequency. So yeah, that's a big thing for me of why I did it. And will there be St. Lucian retreats in 2020? Yes, there will be. We're going to be having 3 retreats in 2020. One is going to be in June. The other one's going to be in the New Year's Eve retreat like we have for this one. And we're going to have another one, which I won't be there, but it's going to be a goddess retreat. So this is retreat for women. And this is going to be run by Empress Itopia and Natasha, who she may still be in this link, but there's going to be another one, another goddess retreat for women, for the goddesses. And you can expect a male divine masculine retreat coming up soon. But we're definitely going to be having a couple retreats coming up in the new year. So tune in. And then, can you recommend a product for using in dishwasher machine? Just get the non-toxic ones. There's a lot of different non-toxic. I'm going to do a whole video on this really soon. Just using non-toxic cleaning products is so important that we do that. So, we just got to keep in line, keep in tune. And what's the best way to prep your food? How many days do you prep for? Thanks in advance. I usually prep for about 2 to 3 days in advance. And that's just because when I do cook, like y'all saw this, right? This is just how I usually do it. And I got one and I got another one that's there. And if the Empress has some, I'll make a little bit more. And then we have enough for like 2 to 3 days. And when I make the stew, I make a lot. When I make anything, I just make a lot of it so it lasts like 2 to 3 days. But I don't like to prep for too long. But if it helps, I definitely would recommend. How many ounces of sea moss gel does a 227 gram bag make? It makes a lot. It makes probably 16 ounces, about a liter, or about 500 liters. So it probably will make about 10 or so of those 16 ounce jars, like 5 to 10 of those 16 ounce jars. So that's potent. That's a whole lot. And then, did you start selling Fonio online yet? No, I haven't. I'm going to start that in December. So currently, I'm just sending out the free samples. So if you want a sample, you can make an order of any of the products. And then you will get a sample. And it was for the first 100. So you could write a comment, send me an email. I want the Fonio. And then I'll make sure I send you some Fonio with your order. How do you get rid of gout? So from my understanding, gout is a lot to have to do with the inflammation and the buildup of toxins. So I had a client of mine who had gout, and he really just cleaned up his diet. Like, it wasn't that, he didn't do that many changes, but he took the meat out of his diet, which was one of the main things, the red meat. He took it out of his diet. And he just focused on eating clean, eating his porridge, his smoothies, getting his stews, eating his more veggies, getting the greens in there. So it's like one of those things where just clean up your diet and focus on the way of living in like a way where you're relaxed, where a lot of stress builds up and these things build up in your physical. So just relax, like do some meditations, take some time when you rise and when you go to rest. to just breathe and give thanks. Like, it's so important. Like, a lot of these things is like, how do I heal this? How do I help this? It's like, just give thanks and eat the grace. I read from this one thing. He's like, grace is a food too. Love is a food. So maybe just eat a little bit more love in your diet or your live it, and a little bit less of that jealousy, hatred, stress, and that'll be really helpful. Really, really helpful. What did I think about CBD? CBD, I love it. I think it's really beneficial, really proper, but be careful because just like anything that's kind of popular, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want to take advantage and come to the market with a product that is less than the best, right? So you got to make sure you do your research, find out where they're sourcing their herb from, find out if it is it full spectrum CBD. So ideally, it's the full spectrum and not just isolating the CBD. So that's something you want to look for as well. And almost like if there's a way you can get it without the extracts, then go ahead and get it without the extracts. You can make your tea, make your green juice. you could vaporize it, use the chalice, and get those benefits. And how long does the almond milk last? The coconut milk? Yeah, great up, straight up. The almond milk, coconut milk lasts for like 2 to 3 days. I wouldn't really let it last for more than 2. I usually finish it quicker. So just quick. Nice and easy. And yeah, D Brooks. I can't remember your name on Instagram. Write your name on Instagram for me. Because when you're on Instagram, I know who you are. When you're on YouTube, I know who you are. But I can't put the two together right now. But give thanks. And Pharaoh, peace. Much love. Much love. Best exercises to go after losing weight to build core and get definition. One of my favorite core exercises is just hollow body holds and engaging your core. Let's just stand up. So from here, like just standing up, pushing your butt out, and then tucking your tailbone and squeezing your core. So just standing and rocking your hips like this. Squeezing the core. Squeezing the core. Squeezing the core. And that's a great one. I love to do planks. I love to hang with my knees up. But that one that I just showed is amazing. Even just basic sit-ups using a Bosu ball. And just utilize that core. You realize your core isn't just your abs. Your core includes your glutes, your back, and your hips as well. Let me see. Diego has a question. Let me see. I'm gonna find your question we got. Do I think CMOS helps with sport performance? What? Do I think CMOS helps with sport performance? It's legendary for sports performance. Like, wow, it's one of the most potent things for sport performance for me personally. Because when I was on the bars doing my exercise, my calisthenics, I started to take CMOS, my recovery, my energy, my level of my ability to sustain throughout my workout increased. And then once I stopped taking it, like there was a time that I took less CMOS and then I was feeling sore. Not like I was like, oh, hurt, but I noticed I was like, oh, I'm a little bit more sore. Like, my joints feel a little bit more tight and not so smooth. And I was like, what did I change? And then I realized, oh, I'm just didn't take my CMOS. And CMOS helps so much. So that's definitely something that so important for the weight. And that's one of my things. Like I have an NBA player who buys CMOS for me, and he's having one of his best years. So give thanks for him. Give thanks for that. Yeah, great bone builder, exactly. Like it's good for your skin, your joints, your muscles. It's like lubrication for your bones. So um, let's see. Any suggestions on a fatty liver in men? Start moving a little bit. Start to remove the toxins from the way you eat. Start to, because you're building up of toxins basically, because your liver is a filter. So eat less toxins, right? So clean up your way you're eating. Have some smoothies, and put your sea moss in the smoothies. And there's different herbs which I don't really have access to right now, but it's king of the forest, Cassiolata. Cassiolata is the herb that you'd want for that. And also just go for walks, like get more active, because a lot of the times like we're not active enough. So even if we eat healthy, if we're not active enough, we're not releasing the stuff. I got like phonio on my arms. We're not releasing the toxins through our pores. Like when we sweat, we release toxins. So go to steam rooms, even like just sweat a little bit, get your blood flowing, because our blood isn't really flowing. So our blood has the toxins in it, but it's not really flowing to purify it and to cleanse it and to move it through. So increase the exercise a little bit, get a little bit more active, start to clean up the way you're eating. Eat like herbs like Cassiolata and even gully root. And just there's even like milk thistle, different herbs for the liver. But I feel like depending on how much they are, how active they are, you may just want to, start walking up and down stairs, start walking around the block, start increasing your level of activity a little bit. Boom. Got a bunch of questions coming through. Give thanks, give thanks. Give thanks, Mika. Much love. So if you want to order something from me, order soon, order in the next couple of days. 1, it's going to go out of stock pretty soon, and 2, I'll be gone. So if you do want to order, then order like pretty quick. And Matt, does sea moss have an expiration? Yes, it does. The sea moss gel has an expiration, and I say 2 to 3 weeks, up to 3 weeks, but I've used it for longer than 3 weeks before, up to a month. But I would recommend to just make a fresh batch, and I would recommend to only make 1 week's worth at a time. So I'm about to make the ultimate guide for sea moss preparation for anyone who wants to learn about sea moss preparation. This is gonna show you everything you need to know about the prep. So I'm gonna be answering a lot of the preparation questions then, including expiry dates, including troubleshoot if you're not making gel properly. I'm gonna be answering a lot of the questions in this video, so tune in. I'm excited for this preparation video. It's exciting. Cat from, I'm starting to see. How do you stay strong around family members who continue to eat meat while you're transitioning to a plant-based diet? Live it. I saw an answer here which is pretty awesome. LaShawn said, you have to know your reason and be disciplined. The majority of my family are meat eaters. I will cook it for them, but I don't spend a dime on it. Some of it is hard to smell. Yeah, like if you know your why of why you want to go plant-based, then you'll be strong. But you have to be strong. Like you have to stay strong if you're going to be surrounded by it. So what you got to do is you got to know why. And if you say, why do I want to go plant-based? Say, oh, I want to go plant-based because I feel it's going to be more healthy for me. Well, why do you want it to be healthy for me? Maybe you have children. I want it to be healthy because I want to show my children a way that they could eat so they're going to be healthy as well. Well, why do you want to do that? Because my aunt had diabetes and she left us early, and I don't want that to happen to my children. Well, why don't you want that to happen to your children? I don't want that to happen to my children because I don't want them to grow up without having their parents in their life for this amount of time in their life. Well, why don't you, just ask why. Just keep asking why until you get to that reason that's so deep inside that you may want to tear up. You know what I mean? Find that reason we're so superficial with our reasons and what we're doing, and it's helpful, it's beneficial if you don't have a lot of pressure. But if you got a lot of pressure coming from you at you from external circumstances, you got to go deep into the why. You got to go know why. Like, I got to be the one in my family who makes this change. I am the leader of this. I am going to change for generations after me, right? So for me, that's a big thing, is like, I don't want this to be passed on to my children, my children's children, and further along. I want to be the end of it. Like, I'm ending the cycle, and that's me. And that gets me excited. I'm like, yes. So when I go home to see my family, I know deep down I'm excited, because y'all can tempt me, y'all can challenge me, but I'm living in this way, and I'm doing it for long term. I'm doing it for future. I'm doing it for sustainability. So when I have that behind me, nothing can take me off my course. So we just got to be strong into our why. Yeah, sea moss definitely does help. I made the sea moss without adding the water. It was soaked in and didn't seem as potent as with the water added. Yeah, when you add the water that was soaked in, then it's going to be much more potent, because the water has a lot of the minerals. The water can gel up as well. That's why I say utilize the water. But sometimes it adds a strong flavor to it. So if you want to, you could add the water and blend it together, but I prefer to just use the water on the side and then use the gel separately. Yeah, bacon. Ugh. Why y'all writing bacon on the stream? Y'all about to get kicked out of the chat. I'll play with y'all. Give thanks, Lewis. Milk Thistles Gray. Home with J1. Give thanks. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. Give thanks. Vernice. Just want to say one more time, and thank you for you, and thank you for all the other parents out there who are bringing this forward to your children. Oh, yes, like, that gets me excited. When I see the children are getting this information, this knowledge, I get so excited. So thank you, Vernice. Thank you for all the parents out there who are like sliding sea moss into the chocolate milk. Like, I'm not judgmental, right? I have clients who their children still drink milk, right? How can I get sea moss to them? Just put it in their chocolate milk, and slowly working. It's like we can slowly make it happen, but I give thanks for all the parents out there who are passing on that knowledge to the children and who are being that living example to the children, because they need to see it. Like, we want to talk so much to children, but what we don't realize is children are just like, they're sponges. They just take in everything, what they see, like what they feel from you. They're really empathetic. Like, they feel how you're feeling. So when they see that you're caring about food, you're caring about yourself, you're caring about those around you, you're caring about the planet, they get that vibration, that energy. That's why you see some children now. Some of these children now, they come through and they're like that one child who was creating all of the planet. What's that? The not the riots, but the protests for climate change. The young girl, right? Beautiful, right? The young children, the children like, I don't want to eat meat. They're my friends. Like, the children are deep and wise, but we got to be the examples for them. It's so important. We got to be the examples for them. Give thanks. What are my thoughts on ashwagandha? I love ashwagandha. I love it. I love adaptogens in general. So there's ashwagandha, there's maca, there's maca, there's ginseng, holy basil. There's a bunch of different adaptogens. But I love adaptogens. I love ashwagandha. And I find ashwagandha for me is great to have at night, and it helps me go rest and be clear of mind and just be like calm. And what adaptogens do is they help you adapt to your environment. So they don't make anything higher or lower necessarily, but they help you come to balance. So anything that helps bring me to balance, I love. So, I love me some ashwagandha. So I tend to take a few tablespoons of sea moss gel every day because I don't always have time to make a smoothie. Is that okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's definitely okay. It's better than if you don't do it, if you don't take it. But I'm gonna challenge you to make time. Right? It's okay. But personally, in my house, when you're around me, I don't like okay. Right? When my empress, she asked me like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Okay? Is that the standard we're going by now?" We're going by the okay standard. Are you okay? I'm blessed. I'm great. I'm energized. I'm vibrant. Right? So it's okay. Yeah, it is okay to just have this sea moss, just tablespoons like that. But if it is something that you do want to do, if you do desire, if you do want to have smoothies, which I feel is really beneficial, then I challenge you to make time for you to make smoothies. That's my challenge. And let me see, Home with J1. I want you to send me a message and be like, I started to make some time. I believe you can do it. I believe you can do it. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. Takes a lot of willpower. But y'all got it. Yeah, it's so important for the parents. So important. I let my kids see The Game Changer on Netflix. They were amazed. Yeah. Like, that's something that I'm excited about, is making more content that's fun and engaging for children. And just for the community and more relatable to the community in general. Where it's not like boring, plant-based, spiritual, like so boring and hippie and cookie cutter. I want it to be relatable. So I think it's so important that whatever we do, we don't make it like school, like boring like school. Sit down and learn this. Just make it an experience. Let's make it fun. So as you get the fun and you show it to the children in a way that's fun or inspirational, like Game Changers, then they're gonna be amazed. You know, they're gonna love that. And the plants behind me, that's a ficus, a fiddle fig plant. I'm not too sure, but I love it. That's a fiddle fig. There we got a monstera, I think it is. And then we have another fern back there. We got a snake plant. We got a banana tree right here. We got a little ginseng there. Got something there. I don't even know what that is. Just a lot of plants. So, Cassia lata. Cassia lata is the herbs for the liver. So there you go, Sharon. Much love. Believe me, because my Empress Dora, she works in hospitals, so she tells me all the time about what they eat and what they feed the patients, and it's like, it's just terrible. Like they still have like peanut butter and jam sandwiches for lunch, you know. So they're definitely not caring for the patients. Definitely not. So we gotta focus on ourselves, and we gotta focus on creating that environment so we don't have to rely on the hospitals. And when it comes to that, is like, that's why I'm so inspired by Priest Kailash and MKRC and what they're doing over there, is because their vision is to revolutionize the healthcare system. So when you go over to the mountain, Mount Kailash, you're going to be in like the ideal place for you to heal. You're going to be in an environment surrounded by trees, surrounded by high vibes, and when you're in that environment, you're going to get the vibration, that life force, energy from the plants around you. Same with my house. You're going to get that energy, that vibrance from the plants around you. And that's going to assist in your healing. You're going to be in a room where there's colors. Oh, wow. Like hospitals are white and boring, kind of like my house right now, like behind, but that's another day. But, you know, so I love what they're doing because they're looking to bring people to a space where healing is encouraged and the environment also encourages the healing. So that's why I love That's why I love how our retreat is on Mount Kailash, because when you come to our retreat, you get to experience the healing, and you get to be in an environment where healing is like the default. Like when you're up on the mountain, if we didn't do anything, you just hung out on the mountain, healing is gonna come your way. Just a whole different vibration out there. And when you add to it the fact that we have our workshops that we're doing, plus we do a cleanse, plus we're gonna be eating and feasting and doing herbal preparations and a lot of learning, it's just gonna be adding in so many different levels of powerful information that's going to aid you in getting to that next level. So yeah, it's so valuable to be in that environment, and I'm so excited about the retreat. Y'all gotta come on these retreats. I know y'all would love it, and I know some of y'all will be coming. And what we're gonna be doing for the new year is we're going to be having 3 retreats launched at the same time. So if you can't make this one, then you can make that one, or you can make that one. Because we've been releasing it about like 2 months in advance, and it's like, that's not enough time for people. So you can put it on me that we're gonna release the retreats with more time now, and we're gonna release more than one at a time. And that's gonna allow us to provide more options for y'all. So yeah, that's gonna be exciting. So technically I'm vegan. Like technically I don't eat any animal products. I don't eat any of that, but I don't call myself a vegan. But you know, technically you can just say I'm vegan. Like I don't want to confuse it. You know, you could follow what I follow would fit in vegan, but I just don't really sit into that too much. Mr. Unoverse. Hey, can you give me some tips on how you started your business? Yeah, definitely. So, my philosophy behind my business is to do things that you love and do things that you're passionate about and do things that you're also good at. So for me, I love CMOS. Like I love herbs. I love this information. I love exercise, right? So what I did was I got immersed in herbs. I studied herbs day and night. I experimented with herbs day and night. And eventually, it got to a point where I was getting so much value and benefits from this herb in my physical structure that it's only like I had to go to the next step. Is like, well, let me share this with others. Let me start to share. And that was the start of the business. Is like, oh, well, I've been getting these benefits. I love it. I want to be able to have as much CMOS as I can. And I want CMOS to pay for itself. Like, I wanted to make it so I could just basically eat herbs for free. Like, that was my initial goal, is like, I want to be able to just sell enough products so I don't have to pay for it because I eat it so much, you know? So then I started off like that. And then just from there is like, I want to provide something that is of high quality and high service level. So I don't want it to just be a good level of product. I want to have a good level of service. So I'm working and learning a lot. Like I'm having to learn a lot about customer service and about how to provide the best checkout experience and how to like give enough information, like where people don't have to ask questions about how do I prepare it, because I provide enough information for them. So I have to do a lot of learning. I had to learn about what platforms, how am I going to sell the product, what am I going to do on that, what's going to make us different, what are we going to make me different, and just like so much learning about business. And but it definitely started from just having that passion first and me loving what I was doing. Give thank Kijor much love. You changed your name. If I'm not mistaken, Kijor, you're Keisha G. Let me know if I'm incorrect, but let me know. Jesus, vegan, just another label. Some vegans, yes. Yeah, CMOS. it's like where I get the sea moss from, you can't go to this beach. Like it's really secluded area, and I have family there, so I basically got it through them, like Priest Kailash. So I got it through him, and I was introduced, and that's how it all came about. So that's how it is. And then from the herbs or from the sea moss, like sea moss you can actually buy in like grocery stores in Saint Lucia. So it's actually pretty blessed. You know, give thanks. Check out was flawless. Give thanks. Have I tried witch hazel herb? Yes, I have. I love witch hazel herb. I use it more on my skin, like apply outside. I'm not sure if people eat it, but I do apply it outside. Yes, I'm gonna be making some merchandise. Give thanks. They definitely gonna make some gear, some clothing. I'm excited to be wearing my own stuff and to share with y'all. Man's is thirsty. For the children, I wouldn't say I recommend bladderwhack, but I say sea moss is definitely recommended for them. I wouldn't say bladderwhack. I'm not too sure on bladderwhack for children. It's high in iodine, like it's really high in iodine, really powerful herb. So I say just stick to something light for them, stick to the sea moss, and that'll be blessed. Oh, you drink witch hazel herb, that's awesome. Give thanks. Give thanks, y'all. So I'm about to get off of here. Give thanks for everyone tuning in. Y'all such a vibe. Y'all so engaged and such like, I love it. Like I feel great and I feel blessed to be able to connect with y'all on the daily. And it's part of my service on this planet to provide this information and to connect with y'all. So I'm grateful to be of service. And let me know there's videos you want. Let me know if there's questions you have. We can make videos on it. We could, connect. Send me an email. Send me a message on Instagram. I do my best to connect with you all as much as I can. But yeah, thanks for the vibes. Thanks for the vibes. Can I planche? No, I cannot planche. Inflammation for the knees. Let's say just get that sea moss, heavy sea moss for the inflammation. And Bernadette Bala, she said, not on topic, just wanted to say 2020 is going to be so good. 2020 is going to be so powerful, y'all. I'm so grateful. It's going to be powerful. And just to share with y'all a little bit of what you can expect going forward from me and my content is one, I'm starting a podcast soon. So I'm going to have a podcast which is going to be similar to this video, similar to like live format, a lot of talking, but I'm gonna go in and tackle topics and go in on certain topics and have different guests on who are gonna be able to share this high vibrational information with y'all, and we can go deep into the healing because I personally love longer form videos. I love talking a lot. As y'all can tell, I love talking. So we're gonna be doing a podcast which is going to be super exciting. So y'all can start sending me topics of things y'all want for the podcast. And then we're going to be producing higher quality videos and higher quality content. I'm going to be taking a lot more pride in the quality of the content that I put out, as well as having just like videos that are more quick. I'm also going to have like a little bit higher production quality videos. And we're going to do that preparation masterclass, which has everything you need to know about preparation, which y'all going to be able to look at that and send it to anyone who has any questions, and they're going to not leave that video with questions. So that's going to be potent. Going to be going into routines, going to be going into my morning routine, going to be going into how like a little bit more into productivity and how I get all the things that I get done, and how I stay at this level, this vibration, how I keep my mood at a certain way. We're going to be going into that kind of content. So it's going to be exciting. Still going to be going in on the recipes. We got a lot of recipes going, still a lot of the food, so don't have to worry about that. But we're just going to be adding these different forms of content, because we gotta round it out. We gotta know it's bigger than just food. As I mentioned, you know, love is a food, right? We gotta eat the love. So we gotta start, you know, can we produce more love in our life? You know, how can we produce more harmony in our life, more grace? How can we be more graceful in our life? So those are some of the things that we're gonna be looking forward to. And yes, give thanks, y'all. Can you make a video on Vitex? I can, yeah, I can. Like personally, I don't use it because, as you know, it's for women. But yeah, we could do a little video on Vitex. And Daryl Johnson, some of the CMOS notice grayish spots on some of the whiskers. Would you recommend I cut that off? You wouldn't need to cut it off. Any of that grayish is just the color that's left in it, because CMOS is actually colorful when it's in the ocean. So you could just leave that on. And yeah, that's about it, y'all. I got so much love for y'all. I love connecting live, love connecting face to face. Almost alkaline bread recipes. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll make the bread. I'm excited. I learned about a CMOS bread recipe, so I'm gonna go experiment with some of this CMOS bread. Also using coconut milk for bread. Y'all, we about to expand. We about to grow. We're just getting started, and I want y'all to be excited about this. I want y'all to be excited about your expansion. And when we connect in a couple months and we look back to where we were in a couple months, we're like, who were they? Because we just expanded so much. You know, this is 2019 heading into 2020. We got so much information available to us. This is one of the most abundant times in history. So let's utilize this. And we got such a community. We all got here each other to support each other. So let's utilize this. Let's not undermine our potential. Let's know like we are great. And the only way that you're not getting to what it is that you want is because you're just lacking a little bit of creativity and a little bit of discipline and focus, right? So get creative, get clear, you know, work on that discipline, work on that focus, and anything is possible. Like, I'm just like, I'm so grateful, and I'm speaking out of this from personal experience and just seeing those around me who have leveled up at such a rapid rate. And I know it's all possible for us, but I know sometimes it can be hard, right? It can be hard. So just know we got support, we got a community, and you can do it. We got it. We got this. Let's make it happen. Ooh, the Tef flatbread. The Tef flatbread. Much love, Kirby. Much bless. Keisha, much bless. That Tef flatbread. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I've been holding out on y'all. I gotta make that recipe to y'all. I owe y'all that recipe, the injera recipe. But yes, much love, y'all. How do I know if the CMOS I'm getting is legit? Just buy from me. That's one way to know it's legit. Or just find out who you're buying from and ask them and see if it's someone that you can trust. See if they've ever gone to the place where the CMOS comes from. See if they have any connection to the place. Some places will actually just tell you it's from Asia. So like you just know you don't want to order from them. But just find someone you trust and just get it from them. And you know, that's the vibe. So much love, y'all. Give thanks for tuning in. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Y'all going to see me in Egypt. I'll be out in Egypt, the Pharaoh land, the Rasta Pharaoh in the land of the Pharaohs. So I'm so excited. And so excited to share that with y'all. I'll be doing a lot of live streaming and just a lot of like kind of random clips. So, you know, I'm really excited to share this with y'all. But much love. How can we be friends? Hit me up on Instagram. Send me a message on IG. We're the family, the frequency family. I don't even like friends. If you're on that frequency, you're family. So, you know, let's just get on that frequency. You know, we're there. We're frequency family. That's the vibe. But yeah, this is so funny because I don't want to leave. I have so much fun in these. But yeah, the Tef bread is fermented. I'm gonna make that fermented bread for y'all. But all right, y'all, much blessed, much love. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Ja Rastafaro. Can't forget about the Irish moss. Irish moss. Can't forget about that Irish moss. Irish moss. Boom, I don't know how to cut the live stream off, y'all. So we're gonna be vibing for a little bit longer. Alright, y'all.